But America also has been facing a lot of flack. US President Joe Biden over his decision to withdraw troops and lead to this crisis in Afghanistan. And former US President Donald Trump has taken Biden to the cleaners. Trump had initiated talks with the Taliban during his tenure, and he's now spoken out on the Afghanistan crisis. Trump has said that nobody's ever handled a withdrawal worse than Joe Biden. He further claimed that Biden has brought the greatest embarrassment to the United States in its history. Trump also slammed former Afghan President Ashraf Ghani. He said that Ghani is a crook who spent all his time whining and dining US senators. Trump claims he never had confidence in Ashraf Ghani and that he believes that Ghani even got away with murder. The only person Trump interestingly praised during his media interaction was the man who is likely to take over as the next president of Afghanistan, a Taliban fighter, the commander Mullah Baradar. Trump said that he had a good conversation with Baradar and called him a top person in the Taliban group.
I don't think it could have been handled in a way that we're going to go back in hindsight and look, but the idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happened.
So for you, that was always priced into the decision?
Yes.
It's a terrible time for our country. I don't think in all of the years our country has ever been so humiliated. I don't know, would you call it a military defeat or a psychological defeat? There's never been anything like what's happened here. It's, you can go back to Jimmy Carter with the hostages. We all thought that was a great embarrassment, and we were pulled out of that by Ronald Reagan. And that's not what it's all about. It's a great thing that we're getting out, but nobody has ever handled a withdrawal worse than Joe Biden. This is the greatest embarrassment, I believe, in the history of our country. I never had a lot of confidence, frankly, in Ghani. I said that openly and plainly. I thought he was a total crook. I thought he got away with murder. He spent all his time whining and dining our senators. I mean, the senators were in his pocket. That was one of the problems that we had, but I never liked him. And I guess based on his escape with cash, I don't know, maybe that's a true story. I would suspect it is. All you have to do is look at his lifestyle, study his houses where he lives. He got away with murder in many different ways. But the fact is, our country was paying the Afghan soldiers a fortune. So we were sort of bribing them to fight. Mullah Baradar, who is probably the top person. Now, nobody really knows who the top person is, but I would say that's probably the top person, and it seems to be, that's the way it's rolling right now. But I had a very strong conversation. I also had a good conversation with him. We talked for a while after that. That was the primary point I was making, and he understood it. And I asked him, do you understand? He said, yes, I do understand. And I wanted them to get a deal done with the Afghan government.